In this week's story time, it's time for another body update. So, it's been a year, and I heard that from a friend of mine. Okay, I'm gonna try doing something different. I love my stolen times, but I feel like sometimes I'm a little bit too complaining and negative and with no insight. So I'm going to try and avoid this being a total just sob diary. So what I'm going to try and incorporate is some issues that I've had and also some older and wiser solutions, because there's so many people who have had fucking babies and who really know things that I don't know. Okay, so I'm trying to do this and catch the sun before it goes. So I want to do, it's been a year and it's been a year and a body update. So a friend of mine who has a little older child, she said that it took about a year for her body to really go back to normal. And she was, mind you, gorgeous. Her body is back to normal. She looks fantastic. So far I disagree. So I feel so I actually made a little list. It's some garbage or some Brooklyn activity outside. I feel like these fat deposits that I have seem kind of permanent. So basically it's like a belt around my upper ass and back and hips. It just seems yep, your body was prepared to have a baby, and it's there. Doesn't seem to be going away. So that's something. Then my skin is drier. I don't know if that makes any sense, but I'm just dry as a fucking iguana or something. My boobs are just weird. They're not, I'm still breastfeeding a little bit, so I'm sure that's impacting, they're not completely pancakey, but they're just strange. Instead of being kind of from the profile like this, they look like this. And from the top, instead of looking like this, which is kind of how they look from the top, or I don't know how you, this is from how, so you can understand, this is what they look like from the top. So instead of looking like that, they look like that. There's this odd depression, it's just, they're just different. They're just weird looking. So there's that. Then my scar, and this is something that I'm actually super fucking pissed about. My scar looks like fucking hell. I thought my scar looked fantastic for a really long time. And then I was but I did have these kind of little doubts in my head, does my scar look good? My C-section scar. And when I went you go to see the doctor after you have this surgery at the beginning, so they're oh, this is, you're healing fine. And I was not feeling good about it at the moment, and they were oh, her and the doctor and the nurse were oh, it's great. And I was really? This is great. They're oh yeah, beautiful job. But then I saw my gynecologist for that I've had since I'm fucking 12 years old. Not really, but 20. And he was yep, you have a keloid. And he's you should have told them how important your body is to you. He said something very grandfathery. And I was motherfucking, I should have. What do you mean? I should have told them? I didn't tell them what? And he's yeah, they could have done a different kind of stitch, used things to make sure, or to maximize your chances of having a nicer scar where a keloid wouldn't form. And I was motherfucking, I didn't know that. So a keloid is where you have a scar and there's badly skin around it. It's fucking disgusting. It's not major. It's not look, I actually didn't feel that badly about it until I found out that I have an issue. So, but it's bumpy, and there's some at-home solutions the fucking silicone things that I've actually been using, but so I'm just unhappy about my scar. like a newfound unhappiness, which actually I was kind of fine with the whole year until I went to see the gynecologist. Then my hair is just like, it doesn't look like that now, but it's just like kind of straw-like. And this is very weird to say, but, you know, I saw all these photos of when I was pregnant, and I was like, I looked better. I looked prettier pregnant than I look now. I looked better. I was like plump and pretty, and like my hair and like my boobs and my belly, like I just looked good. And now I look like kind of a shriveled version of what I was like before the baby came out. I feel like I look tired even though I'm actually sleeping all right. So I just kind of look like, it's not tired, it's just like this like dry, kind of slightly old quality to me, which wasn't there before. And I think part of the thing is like during pregnancy, like I had time, man. Like sure, I was working, I was setting up the house, but like you don't know what no time is until the baby comes out. It's like I had time. Every morning I was like putting on my compression stockings, and I was like lotioning my body, and I made an effort. Like every day I would make up myself, and I like did my bangs. Like I looked really fucking pretty. And now I'm just like, shower cream, like, and I still make an effort. I mean, I really do make an effort. I mean, it doesn't look like I made an effort now, but I actually did. Like, this is just my style. But yeah, it's like it's just not the same. It's like I just don't look as good. This is really the worst, is that my body is like a fucking old woman. I creak with every little move I make. I used to make yoga or do yoga every day for 30 minutes. And in the beginning, actually, when the baby was smaller, it was easier. And now these older, I'm going to start again. I promise I'm going to start again. I want to. I can't survive in this body much longer. But it's like something always hurts from like a little, like it's like, I moved my, it's like, what the fuck? You moved your fucking arm a little bit and now you have a backache for the rest of the day? Yeah, that's what my body's like right now. And it wasn't like that before. And I know that it's just like not exercising, probably number one, not exercising, but on top of it, it's like you're also doing weird things with your body, you know, the carrying of the child. And so, sorry, that was a little extreme. And a friend of mine said, so this is like the older, wiser thing, which was really, you know, interesting. She's like, whenever, after you have like a kid, if you choose to dedicate time to like making yourself look better, pamper yourself, or it is still always going to be taking time away from something else, because there's always something to do. And I thought that like summed up so perfectly how I've been feeling. It's like you're no longer just like, oh, I did it all and now let me, it's like, no, if you're deciding to lounge, you're still choosing to like maybe not fold that laundry. I'm going to break form, and I forgot to add a very important body update, which is my arms. So I've always had, I think, very skinny arms. You see, like, right? Even now, I think they look slim. But they're not as slim as they used to be. And that would be fine if it was like this like nice, like kind of filled arm. But I have jiggles, which I never had before, ever. So like I'm going like this, and I'm like, I can see like some bounce, and I can feel like my arm bouncing as I finish my motion. And that was not there before. And I don't know if it's because of the weight that I gained during pregnancy, or if it's some kind of weird reaction to me getting muscle in my arms for the first time in my life because of carrying the baby. So that's it, but it's very important. Along these lines, I do have an amazing rave that I don't imagine that lots of people would buy this, but it's been a fucking game changer. So this. It's ridiculous. It's called Tush Baby, and it was a Shark Tank, I think, successful invention. And it's basically a carrier for just to carry the baby on your hip. So what I understood, like, I love the baby carrier in the end. Like, I use that baby carrier all the time. But now that this baby's older, and in fact he's a toddler, it's more like quick pickups. You know, he just wants to be picked up for 2 seconds and then drop down. Like, it's like this like constant arms, floor. So like, you can't just like, I can't just put him in a baby carrier and like strap him on, tie the buckle, and like 2 seconds later he wants to be on the floor. So I was looking around for something like this, and it came up, and I actually bought 2 other ones, competitors that are not as good, because the support on this is just like phenomenal. And I think it's like it's $80, which I think, like, you think, well, this is ridiculous. Why? I use this thing so much. It has a little pocket for your phone. Like, so I just strap it on and I put him on my waist. I feel nothing. Like, I could carry him like that for a very long time. So that's my rave. I'm going to put a link to it in the comments. And I'm also going to put a link to what I read about how you can treat that keloid scar. Who knows if that's going to work, but I'll try. So that's all. Thank you for letting me steal your time. Hit the bell icon to get notified when I release new episodes, and subscribe to the channel. Thanks so much.